Yo, bartender.
Bar's closed.
Hey, yo, bartender, what's good, man? Let me get a drink, man. Let me get a shot.
Hey, man, I know you just pulled up to the bar, but we closed.
Come on, man. You gotta be able to give me a shot, man. Come on.
You look like you need a drink, man, but I hate to tell you this, man. We about to close.
So you need to tell me all these people out here, they got drinks and they got shots, but I can't get nothing. The bar closed that soon?
Okay, man, I don't know what else to say. I got this shorty half my age at the crib, and I'm trying to get to it. But last call was 10 minutes ago.
You know what? It's alright. Don't even worry about it. Don't worry about it.
All right. Tell you what, I'm gonna get you one drink, cause it look like you need it.
One drink? I can do one drink. I can do one drink, cause I really, yeah.
Hey, man, anything, man. Look like you got a lot on your mind and you need a friend right now. Pour it on me. Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.
All right, welcome to Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome.
One of the things I'm going to brought to you by is Dispose LLC. This is a garbage company doing great things, and all you got to do is go to the website. You'll be able to see all what we can do. If you didn't know, we're a trash company that take a lot of things away, normally in the commercial area. So I'm not just the one that picks up your little household trash. I'm the one that's going to do the remodeling and getting that big project away from you, let alone construction site. Now all you got to do is go to the website and look up Dispose LLC.
Yes.
You won't see me, but I might be in the truck. You'll never know when you call me. Now, I got to get back to this person been rocking with me for over 5 years now. Come in the studio all the time with a smile. Craftmatic, how you doing tonight, big baby?
Doing just lovely, Jay.
Man, that man still got that smile. Y'all women missing out on this. This man
Everything's going
smiling.
well, man. Everything's going well. I don't have too many troubles in my life, man. You know, I don't know if I done prayed them off or I'm just, just living in the good life. But
Okay.
things are well, man.
I might start praying over me then.
Yeah.
They're still rough over me.
Bruh, it ain't rough over there.
Yeah, rough over here.
Hey, I know the lifestyle you living. You ain't rough. I think you've been out of town like 5 times in the last 6 weeks.
There's gonna be a couple more, but let's see what happened was. That's when you know I'm about to lie. What happened was,
Yeah.
I will tell you, man, I did last week. You know, I went out and I spent time with my daughter in Vegas.
Yeah.
It was great. It was really for her more so than me. You know, she just turned 30 plus. She got an associate's degree, man. I was so proud of her.
Yes.
So her sister took her out there, so I flew in to be that added caveat on top of it. And it really astonished me to see how much they had their stuff planned out already.
Right.
And all the things that they wanted to do.
They was on point, huh?
Man, it was. And I really felt good to be able to just jump in, and I wasn't the driver.
Right.
It wasn't like I got to tell my girls what to do. Get up, let's do this. No. They pretty much dictated, and I'm following them.
Yeah.
You know, to be able to walk behind the children is an honor.
Ooh, that's powerful.
You know, because at one point you led them.
Yeah.
They had to follow you, listen to you, and now I'm able to sit back and watch them.
Yes.
And that's all I want them to do is live their best life with all they want to do.
Yes.
Let them do them, and then I just sit back and be able to say I was just a blessing
Man.
to be able to experience it, to love it, and to let them know no matter if I was there or wasn't, that you know I'm gonna try to do the best I can at this point.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I came across a caption this week, and everybody tried to visualize this with me. It was two parents
Mhm.
holding their child's hand. So the child was in the middle, and both parents had a hand, right? And then it showed years later how the child are holding the hands of both of their parents because they've now gotten old and need help and need support. And so there is that major transition that comes in life, and there's nothing more powerful than seeing that your children have been instilled with good values and hard work ethics, and they're forward thinkers, and they're making things happen in their life. No matter what has happened in the past, that what matters is that they're doing well, Jay.
Yes,
And and that has to be because of you. You know what I mean? That has to be so.
And that God I serve.
Yes, and the God we serve. A great way to introduce our show. This is Bar Talk with Jay. My name is Craftmatic. This is my boy Smooth Jay. And of course, we are here to liberate your minds and your souls with a fantastic dialogue. Every week we come together and we pick a subject, and we go in on the subject for a solid hour. And there's some magical things that always comes out of these talks.
Yes, yes.
Tonight, the subject is, ladies, do you need titles and marriage to feel secure in a relationship? Is age a factor? interesting conversation to have tonight.
Yeah, I got a whole lot to say about that.
I do too, Jay.
Okay.
And I hope you folks can grow from this conversation. As we talk through, figure out what you would do, how you would handle it. How do Jay and I's opinions and stories affect you? And do they make you go one way or another? The bottom line is I want you to make a clear, conscious decision as you're listening to this show about how you're going to handle these situations going forward.
Yes.
And that way, we'll all get something out of it, and that's what we're here to do, is to bring life to life.
Yes, we are.
We always start the show off with a prayer,
Yes,
and
we do.
we're going to go ahead and jump in. Jay is going to be very familiar with this subject.
Okay.
Tonight, our prayer is about stability,
Oh, yes.
gaining stability in our life. So let's just take it to the Lord. Heavenly Father, we thank you once again for the opportunity to be here tonight and to fellowship in this great dialogue. We ask, Heavenly Father, that you would give us the spirit to understand stability for our own lives. Help us, Father, to measure each area of our life and identify what it takes to be more stable. To be more stable in the situation, in our finances, in our relationships. We want a balanced living, Heavenly Father. And once we understand, Father, what it takes to stabilize it, we're asking that you would put a faith and an action in us to get it done. We give you the authority, Lord, to fill us with right action, to fill us with strong faith and willpower, to keep us prepared and making good decisions. Give us, Father, a walk and a talk that stabilizes our life. Let us walk on even ground. Our feet are like the feet of a deer, like hinds' feet, where we do not slip and fall. Let no storm move us or our foundation in any way, Heavenly Father. Let the plans of the enemy be canceled right now, and let our steps always be on solid ground and in the right direction. Let us, Lord, experience the spirit of stability in all ways and in all things. We ask, Father, that you would be here in this show tonight and do your good and perfect work and speak your wisdom. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen. That's going to help somebody, Jay.
That helped me.
Yeah, that's going to help somebody.
It helped me.
You know? I love to speak that word. There's nothing more powerful than that word, you know? So,
You just don't know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's just, that's all we got to lean on nowadays, Jay.
Yes, I mean, because right now you got this pandemic and you got everybody running scared, you know, so right now you do have to lean back on your morals, your values, and also what you've been brought up with, because, you know, I'm not going to talk too much on this vaccine, or I'm not going to talk really on this whole pandemic, but I will talk about health and wellness.
Yes.
I really feel like right now it's a great time for us to make sure we understand that this is like flu season anyway.
Right.
So let's dress appropriately. I know here in Georgia they're looking at a chance of snow this Sunday. So, you know, prepare. Okay? Prepare and stabilize is one of the two things we can do. Some things are out of our control. The weather, somewhat out of our control. But how we dress is within our control. So don't dress like it's still summertime, even though we're getting some of this weather that make you feel like it. Just understand the season. So keep dressing appropriately. Keep being bundled up. Because again, don't let that virus just get in you just because of stupidity of you feeling like, well, it was hot one day.
Right.
You know, suffer through the little bit of hotness and remember the cold is around the corner. Because it's sitting there waiting on you. It's probably sitting outside your door.
Yeah.
Come on out there, that little mini dress on again.
Yeah.
And jump right on you.
And let me speak to this factor. I want to talk about faith. Because I had someone make a comment to me today that they have faith in God and that's why they took the vaccine. And I told them, I said, well, listen, there's a big difference between faith in God and faith in man. And I think it's real important. I'm not telling you which way to think or what to believe, but I think it's real important for you to follow your greatest truth these days. And if it don't feel right, if it don't look right, if it don't sound right, it ain't right. And perhaps it ain't right for you. If you feel an anointing to go and get the shot or go down to the hospital or mingle with any of those constituencies, that's wonderful. Okay? There's nothing wrong with following your faith. I think in the end, our faith is going to carry us through. So no matter whether you took the shot or not take the shot, God can save us all. Mm-hmm. And I'm believing that he will save us all. All that who believe in him will come to the light. And so I'm just encouraging you to strengthen your faith nowadays. Don't believe in nonsense. Ask for discernment and get to the real bottom of things before you make decisions. Let your decisions be led by a strong faith.
I like that, and also I'm kind of puzzled here, man. I ain't really want to go in, but hey, I'm sorry, bro. I got to do it.
You puzzled?
No, I'm not just puzzled. I just hear a lot of people say, God told me to do this. And don't get me wrong, the relationship you have with him is totally yours. And I believe it because I have my own. But when I hear that, I like to say a lot of people are driven by things that they're hearing compared to what he's telling you.
Right.
Because I've never had him tell me that's what I need to go do, take a vaccine shot. You know, I just don't. What he did is he brought some illness upon me before I could recognize I had some sickness going on, so I went to a doctor. You know, and then they was pushing that. But why you going to push that and I'm not well? Get me well, okay? I believe he said, take care of your house, take care of you. And he didn't say what to inject in you. That's you. That's what you choose to do. You can blame him and blame anything you want. My whole thing is understand you. And I really feel like we're just scared. You're running scared. That's not on faith. My faith don't got me scared. My faith had me going to the doctor, finding out what's going on with me, and trying to correct some of my underlying conditions.
Yes.
Not running around here 13 masks on, acting like Darth Vader and talking mess to everybody. That messy stuff there is not what he told you to do. That's what you chose to do.
Right.
But then you're going to say don't blame, and don't even blame the devil. Just understand these things are what we got to deal with. And you don't deal well. So stabilize yourself and control your mouth. Because that is going to be the most reckless thing we can do right now.
Yeah.
We ain't showing love and compassion. Somebody say they got it, you're running from them. We're not showing no care. These people still need care. Anybody that's going through it, I pray for you. I know it's a tough journey, but I promise you I've been through it myself, and I made it through. I believed that I wasn't going to die, and I didn't. And the only thing I can tell you guys is believe in that, take care of yourself, and strongly stand on that. I'm not saying stand by a vaccine or anything else. If I'm going to tell you something, the sea moss that I use, the elderberry, there's a lot of healthy things that I'm going to continue to do is what I need to do. Exercise. Get off my butt and understand there's more work that I have to do to get my mission complete.
Yes.
But sitting here and saying this is what somebody told me and this is what I need to do is watching too much damn TV. Social media doesn't influence you too much. Please understand that is a personal relationship that you have with him. He's not told me. Only thing I can tell you is I can't tell you what to do. I can only tell you I am not. I have not.
Yeah, and that's very, very powerful dialogue, Jay. Ultimately, folks, anything that you need to get done in your life, you need to be putting it before the Lord. Well, I would encourage you to put it before the Lord. And if you put it before him, he'll give you right direction. He'll give you understanding. He'll give you wisdom. He'll move your feet. He'll inspire you to go do the right thing for you in your life. And so, just be encouraged that the Lord is all of our answers. And he'll come to your rescue if you'd only commune with him. And that's the key. When you say he tells you to do this or that, that means you got to have an anointing. You got to know that you know before you do anything nowadays. So just be encouraged and keep asking the Lord for some answers. Right. Let me go ahead and cover our quote for the day.
Okay.
Very interesting quote, Jay. Very interesting quote.
That's that barber for
Goes
you
like
in
this.
Georgia.
Whatever is happening in your life, don't preoccupy yourself with the question, why? But rather ponder more onto where these events will be bringing you. Know you are being led to somewhere beautiful beyond your present harsh reality. And once you get to the where, you will then know the why. Focus on the where. I want
get off the why.
And get off the why. You see, I made a statement a long time ago that if you ask God why, and he's bound to the code to give you what you're asking for. What you seek, you shall find. If you ask why, it just might take the Lord 2 or 3 years of putting you through a whole bunch of bullshit, in order to answer the question, right? But if you will just focus on the where am I going? What does this mean? What move should I be making from this situation? And not ask God why. If you ask where, then he'll take you to the where quickly, and the why will automatically be answered.
I like that.
That's a powerful. I call that a philosophy of life. That is one way in order to deal with life.
I like
Yeah.
to say when I prayed for understanding, that was one of the things that was kind of shown to me when you asked for that understanding, because I was asking why too.
Yes.
Why that person came in my life? Why this? Why that? Because it seemed like it was so hurtful to me. And what he was showing me is because of your decision making that you chose. You say you honor me, you trust in me, but yet you chose what you chose.
Right.
So you chose that. So and I allowed you to have that. But I had something else for you.
Woo.
So as you pondered, failed, and couldn't figure it out, I was sitting here waiting on you.
Yeah.
So when I got out that darkness and I came back, wondering why he let me go through all this, he said, because you never waited on me.
You never waited on me. Listen, man. Let me tell you one of my philosophies in life about decision making is that I stand back when it comes to deciding.
Mm-hmm.
I pray diligently for the thing that I desire, and then I watch and see what happens.
Mm.
Because if it is for me, he'll always just kind of drop it before me. He'll drop it in my lap. He'll put the right person in front of me. He'll put the right resources. He'll give me the right ideas. It always just flows so perfectly. But if I ask for any particular thing, I'm really just needing his leadership.
Right.
Rather than me choose the wrong path, I let him kind of choose through me.
Mm.
And by doing that, I know I'm always aligned with my truth and his purpose in my life. You know?
Mm.
And so what a powerful set of ideas, bro. I am
hearing.
yeah, it's time for us to go ahead and take our first break. Already, Smooth J. And I want you folks to sit back, enjoy some of this great music I got for you. We do not own the rights to this music, but of course, I hope you enjoy it yet and still. And so we're going to be right back with more Bar Talk with Jay right after this. Welcome back, folks.
Man, back in the building doing this one again. What we got for a topic for him? Give it to him, Craig.
Jay, we're talking tonight. Ladies, do you need titles and marriage to feel secure in a relationship? Is age a factor? What's your thoughts, Jay?
First thing, yes. I believe they do.
They need that.
They push for that immediately.
Real early in the game.
And again, I understand they want to make some insurance, and again, why do all this? And I can't get the ultimate prize of a ring. But please understand, with your desire might be my fear.
Right.
Because if I'm trying to get to know you, why am I rushing to get into a marriage with you? And it's a crap game. One, a representative probably showed up that I met in the first dang on place. So for the first month or two, I don't really know you. I just got this facade that your ass throwing out there.
Okay.
I'm taking you out. I'm spending money, and that's just to get to know you.
Right.
And then I don't know your true problems or anything, so I get to know about some of them because you feel like, okay, I'm gonna let him in, but I don't get to know them all. But then all of a sudden, I'm getting pressured to be more in a relationship because you don't want me to be with anybody else, and you want me to put all my energy into you, and I don't even know what all I'm getting.
But isn't that I understand what you're saying, right? I don't know you yet, so why am I gonna put a lot into you? But
Right.
isn't there gonna be some real blind areas early in the game?
I believe it is, but
where-
why am I putting all in and so many blind? It might be deal breakers that's right there.
Yeah, and now if they're deal breakers, that's a
Right,
different story.
but we're rushing it sometimes. She's more rushing it because it's more stability. That's what she wants. I want a solid relationship with this in mind of a marriage because that's what I want. That's what I've been bred to do. That's what I want. Me, I might want to give you that, but I want to make sure. I'm not just going to run into it because that's what she wants. I'm the head. I have to make sure all that lines up. Make sure it all works. But a lot of times you get pressured into it. Well, yeah, why not? Well, especially if there's a kid involved. You know, you end up getting her pregnant early. I can understand some of them things, but just up front meeting somebody, why am I rushing? Even if I felt like I want to get married right now, why would I rush it when I know I need to pick a lifelong partner? I want a person that we can see things in each other to promote each other. And then I really want to see how she speaks on me when she's away from me.
Mm.
You know, a lot of times we don't get it. When they're with us, they say all these wonderful things, okay? But when they're with their girlfriends, they speak on you. Oh, he snore like a freight train. And then he hangs out with these stupid friends of his. That's not what you want to be captured with for the rest of your life. How she speaks, that's how she truthfully feels. You won't know that. Why? Because you're too busy listening to the representative. This is going to give you all that because she want what she want. And then later on, she going to be coming after she get what she want in the room with the Betty boot on, the bonnet, and all the rest. Because I got you. What you complaining for? You know? And you want to get it back. Well, why give it back when I ain't even want to do all that in the first place? But I got what I wanted. That's why I said it can be very confusing, and I ain't going to blame all women for this. I'm not saying that all women. I'm just saying, yes, these are things that happen because I'm talking to different women, and I'm hearing it a lot.
Yeah.
And they say it ain't always just like that. Men change too. And I'm not going to lie. Yes, men would. When I found out how fake you was, why would I want to stay the same person? Then I know I got a fake person that's with me. Showed me fakeness, and now I'm upset. I'm upset because I gave my time and my energy. Forget my money. Forget the money. Let's just look at my time. I can't get my time back.
Right.
I can never get it back.
Right.
So why in the world would I want to commit all this time to a person and I don't even know if they're gonna be with me for a long?
Okay, so
that's that.
let me ask you this. Let's break this thing down just a little bit
How you wanna
because
break it down?
I love your dialogue. You said a lot of things in there.
Okay.
You're going out, you're spending money,
Mm-hmm.
you don't know the problems yet. You don't know. They're pressuring you into something, and their desire might be your fear. They're pushing for commitment. You really covered a lot of great things there. So, what is the name? Because women are looking for a title here, right? We said, lady, do you need a title or marriage? What is the name of the relationship that you first enter into when you kind of commit to her?
Friend. That's what it's called. Friend. If you want to be with me, you better be my friend.
Okay.
We're going to sit down, we're going to talk, and we're going to be friends. I don't want to be, we don't need to be lovers, none of that.
Yeah.
We need to have a good conversation and make sure we got a vibe.
That's good.
Okay?
That's good.
Start there.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of hearing people tell me, well, long as you like this, you giving me a roadmap on how to play you.
Yeah.
Guess what? I don't need no roadmap.
Yeah. Well, what? Listen, now friend is good, right?
That's where I
And
started.
friend really is going to happen probably before, sometimes before the romance happens. And,
Not
sometimes
necessarily.
romance happens early.
It can
in
happen
most
real
cases,
early.
right?
Before I even be friends with you.
Yeah.
I knew your body before I knew your name.
Right.
It can happen.
Now listen, that's a problem, right?
Well, at that time it wasn't.
Yeah, that's-
Later on, when you
Yeah.
start running into other things, you'll be like, maybe I should have took my time and I should.
And I'm suggesting that because if you have sex before you really become friends, or you have sex before you get to know each other,
Mhm.
sometimes that will hinder the title. Right? I'm not gonna give a title to somebody who I had sex with the first night. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
it's gonna take a little while longer. Or, you know what I'm saying? I might need to. I'm like, wait a minute. If she do me like that, then she do anybody like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's just your
And-
hoish girlfriend.
Well,
She
no.
can still get a title. You can get a title. It might not be a title
That's
you care for.
interesting. Not be a title you care for, right?
But it's a title.
But so she buys into the friend thing, right? A little
Right.
bit. And then all of a sudden, it just escalates just a little bit. If it escalates a little bit,
Great.
will you accept titles like, not that really we're gonna call it that, but you my man, she my man.
Sure.
That
Babe,
yeah.
honey, all the rest of it.
Yeah. You my
these
man.
kind of titles are fine with me. My main thing is understanding that is making sure we vibe with that. A lot of people use terms real loosely.
Right.
I've met people that we ain't nothing like that at all.
Right.
And they still call you babe. And,
Yeah, I'm
and
talking about
they
words
throw it
like
around.
go together.
Well, go together.
What does that mean to you?
It's fine with me if we're friends. We went out a couple times and we seen each other in a way and we talking all the time. I'm
Now-
fine with her calling me a boyfriend. I'll
Now-
call her a girlfriend.
Okay, listen, but you do realize that boyfriend and
Mhm.
going together mean
You say monogamy.
Monogamy.
So you are, no, the hell it don't.
it damn
No,
sure
it
does,
don't.
Jay. Jay.
No, it don't.
Come on,
it don't.
man.
It don't mean that till you say that.
No, Jay, listen.
We can go together. You can
but
go
see-
with him, and
see,
I can go with
That's
her.
the trickery,
We
right?
going everywhere.
She could be calling you her man, and you could be like kind of okay with that, but that don't mean you're gonna be monogamous.
I mean, first of all, if she said,
It-
"Oh,
you gotta
I'm
check
not
it
messing." I have people say this. I'm not messing with nobody else. All I'm messing with is you.
Okay, that's
Doesn't mean you ain't messing with. That don't mean nothing over him.
right.
If I don't tell you
Right.
that you exclusive, you the only one I'm messing with, then we ain't monogamous. Period. And I don't care to be monogamous with just a person. And I don't know.
See-
I got all these options.
listen.
Why am I gonna narrow my choices all the way down?
Okay, you're not, but you gotta understand that a good woman, who's kind of protective of herself, because she is a commodity, and she's got to be able to fight off the wolves and the nonsense. A good woman is not gonna ever really stand in the gap, getting to know you while you out knocking somebody else down every other night.
Why would
Like, she's just not gonna.
Why not?
That's probably not what she's gonna do.
If
I
you
think
ain't
she's got to
really-
be a real different type individual.
I mean, you
to
gotta
do
think
that.
about it, Crab. If we start off as friends, see, this is why you don't want to throw titles up front.
What?
You start off as friends and you talking. I'm not hindering or asking her not to talk to anyone. At this time, we're just talking. So
I
if
know,
she even
I
got
know,
something
but,
going on,
but you know what
that's
else
her
is
business.
talking?
Hmm?
The meat.
No, when the meat touches, no, hold on. Let's get to one at a time.
The meat is
You-
talking too. You,
Hey,
you
hey,
can't have
hey.
the meat and try to do friendship after that.
Hold on. You talking about cheek smacking? Hold on. Let's get one equation out of the way first.
Go ahead.
Friendship is that communicational piece that does not always consist of sex. That's why I said start with friendship.
Okay.
All right. Now, when the sexual part enters the friendship, now at that point it can be another conversation had. But the bottom line is still just like before. Each other is still learning each other, and you still got options. Now,
Right.
when you want to stop all these options, it just takes a communicational piece, and that's gonna be what both of y'all decide.
Now, how long does it take for a person to want to stop all the options? I mean,
I'm not gonna lie to you. It depends on how you
She's-
put it down. If you put it down,
If you
I've
put it
noticed
down,
if
she
you put
gonna
it
want
down
it
real
right
good.
away.
Oh, I have people get up and say, yeah, we go together.
We
now.
go together.
And you ain't giving that to nobody else. I've heard that already.
Yes, I've heard that too, but
That scared me, and I told her that's not true. You can't just get up and dictate
Hey, yeah, they-
what it
they're
is.
gonna just take over.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, this is what it is.
This is-
No,
yeah.
no, the hell it ain't.
I've heard those words before.
But,
And listen,
there's a lot of weak men
that's a
that
tip.
will be happy
Yes,
and go with that because
yes.
I want to keep her happy. Now, when you do
I
that,
don't wanna have
that's
an
where
argument.
the confusion comes from.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you up front. If she walk away, so be it. But one thing we're not going to do is lie to one another
Yeah.
on the up
But
front.
listen, a lot of men ain't gonna be on that so be it program.
That's 'cause they
gonna
want more-
They
they
gonna
want
want to hit
more,
it the next night and the
listen.
next night, and so
They wants it and
That's how
desires
women-
might come up and catch them in the backside.
That's how women get caught up in the game. That's how they get caught up. They feelings be caught up. The guy don't really be attached, but they be having great sex, and all of a sudden feelings get hurt. Right?
Well, they
That's
gonna get
typically
hurt.
how it goes down.
A lot of times they're going to get hurt anyway.
Well, you know, Music Soul Child says, in the end, somebody's gonna be hurt. Somebody's
Anytime
gonna
something
get
don't
hurt.
work out, it tends to be in a negative fashion in a way. But my whole thing is, less hurt comes when you have more people being honest about just letting the person make their own decision. Like, if I'm not choosing to be in a monogamous relationship and I say it on the upfront, and we have this conversation later, which I've had that with many people in the past, and they want me to get to that point. When I get to that point, I'm good with doing that. But I just don't change because that's what you want me to do.
Yeah, but
It
you know,
has to be
there's-
something I want as well. Be if not, I'm like a chameleon. I can change for you, but I won't really change.
That's-
And to myself, that's a fakeness, and I don't feel like faking for nobody.
There's a two-sided. This is a two-sided coin. This really is a double-edged sword. Because if we're talking about our own lives, we are kind of wanting to stay out of the commitment side of things, right? We're wanting to stay more on the friendship side. We want to stay on more, hit and quit it, or you know what I'm saying, cuddy buddies, or whatever. We on that side of the equation without a title. But when we start talking about our daughters, when we start talking about our sisters and about our mamas and aunties, we don't want dudes doing them like that. we don't want them to. We don't want our wives and moms and daughters to give in to the kind of bullshit that we might put out. And you know that's why it's a double-edged sword. And and you know it's the truth.
Let
you know what I
let
mean?
me talk from having daughters. And I guess you could say it would be a double edge, but it's not one really with me. It's one that I would tell my daughters that's why I communicate a lot with them. And when they go through things, I wanna talk to them about it. And one of the things is really communication, because most people can't keep up with faith. Okay? So you really want to talk to that person all the time so you can actually understand them. Once you understand them, then you're going to make that decision what you want to do. I like to say a good woman sees within a man. Please understand, men, y'all can act any way you want, but a good woman sees within a man.
Yes.
Because a woman is to bring out the best in you. All right?
Yes.
They got mouth, but I promise you, if they use it in the right way, and I ain't just talking about sexual, I'm talking about in the right way, they will enhance you and better you.
Yes.
In everything that you thinking, they got other things that's gonna help push you.
Right.
They're not gonna always be on the same page as you, but they always gonna have your best interest. That's the woman you want next to you. Not just one that just want to do certain things with you and just want you to pay her bills and boo out. Listen, that's all talk. That's half the problem of today is we talking and we ain't helping. What's really real is when a woman sits next to a man and she can look into his eyes and almost see his soul.
Right.
She know more about
And
him
listen.
just by listening and,
Right.
and
But
intriguingly
listen,
listening
and
compared to talking.
You know a guy, guys in general, are not really going to be interested in settling down. So
Give me a reason.
it just happens.
I know, but give me a reason.
Guys don't want to settle down.
Man, let me tell you something. A
Watch
person that can
this.
see in my soul and help
I'm
enhance
saying
me.
guys.
Well, I'm just
Guys
saying.
don't want to settle down. They don't want commitment. That's a common fact, right?
I normally don't.
Okay, watch this. And because guys don't typically want commitments, that means that sometimes a woman's best move is to get you to settle down. Get you to, you know what I'm saying, hey, you know what I'm saying, stop running the street and come see about this thing right here. Come see about this real right here. You know what I'm saying? Stop with that nonsense, you know, stop with hanging out all the time. And once you come, you know what I'm saying, let's be a family together. Let's try to build something strong together. And so, you know, women's interest in committing to women, to men, getting a title or working toward marriage, oftentimes is a good thing, even for the men. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to defend women here a little bit in this
And I
scenario
want you
because,
to.
you know, Jay, you know, we probably would never just really just be like, okay, I'm finna go find a wife. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and ask her to marry me. We'll be like, nah, we doing good. We can stay like this for the next 20 years. We don't need no, right? We can sit in that zone, and you know, you and I both know we can sit in that zone forever. But when women apply a little pressure, and typically it always comes from a little pressure. Most of it comes. Most men feel like they had to make something happen because she was putting the chains on him. You know what I'm saying?
Pressure don't work for me.
Yeah, it don't work for me either. But it is real. It is real in the world. Listen, it's time for us to take another break. Already, Jay.
Because I got to get back into this pressure thing, because some of us need to realize all pressure ain't good pressure, and then again, why am I being pressured? If I'm not feeling it, I'm not doing it. That's what I said, you know, I asked for understanding. Why am I being confused and being told something, and I'm not understanding why I'm doing it? And then I do it anyway.
Right.
It's a recipe of disaster. I mean, seriously.
Yeah,
and
it
that's
is.
why I really take my time with things. And if a person came to me and said, would you marry me? I probably would take a minute to just listen to the words and then realize yeah or nay quickly. Because normally it might be a nay because I'm not ready. But the main thing is a yes might come shortly after when I actually see this person ties with me.
Right.
I'm giving women the nugget right now. And if you're missing it, I'm really sad. It ain't what just you want, what you see in that man. Because that's what's going to wake him up to realize that I won't live without you. I will wake up next to you just to make sure you wake up.
Yeah.
That's how I want to be, but I be damn if I lay next to a person that's on my nerves.
There's a caveat to that, Jay, and
I'm
we'll
waiting
talk
on
about it in just a minute. We're going to be right back with more Bar Talk with Jay right after this.
Jay.
Welcome back.
Man, during that break, it was kind of funny. Man.
Yeah, we always have some great dialogue during the breaks, folks. It be going on in here. So, tonight, we are talking about ladies. Let me get right to it here. Bear with me a second. There we go. Oops. I think I lost it, Jay, just that fast. How did that thing go? Okay, ladies. Do you need titles and marriage to feel secure in a relationship? Is age a factor? Is age a factor in all that, Jay?
I think age can be, and it's been played a lot. I really feel like I always want to look for it. I don't think age is going to give me everything I need. It's the person. You know, I like to say with my olderness in age, and being at 52, I like to say being in that 50 club, I've been through a lot. And a lot of things I've been through is not for me to be telling somebody else. It was meant for me. And that's why I don't really tell nobody how I want them to treat me, because through this 50-something years of living, I kind of know what I like. Okay?
Yeah.
And telling you is giving you a playbook of telling you how I like, and then I don't see you. So I really feel like I'm going to allow you to do you. And that way I see if it works for me. And that way it becomes more of I know you, not that representative that I told what to do. And that's why I like to tell a lot of times on these dating sites, everybody want to put all the best foot forward. Okay, you're giving a lot of recipes for a person to cook that perfect dish for you that can't cook. And now you're mad because he tricked you. You gave that to him.
You gave it to him.
My whole thing is to back you up and make you realize that, drop the age and have a better understanding.
Yes.
And that takes time, and I promise you, it takes a person to know you, understand you, to listen to you. I know to a lot of people, it's like bull crap. Okay, believe that. I promise you, a person that you in tune with, you can talk to on the phone for hours.
Yeah.
And you don't have to hold the phone. It won't be no dead time. Because, see, half the time, y'all got to be saying certain things to keep you interested or keep you wet. I promise you, this person know how to stimulate you all the time. His dialogue just keep you in tune. See, that's a vibe that you want. But no, you got a person you can't talk too long. You know y'all good when y'all just in the sheet. Y'all really ain't met for each other. You really ain't. But you want to be, because I don't want to be alone.
Right.
Being scared to be alone is a recipe of you running after the wrong thing.
Yes.
Get to know you, and that way somebody else can love you.
Yes.
Because once you know you, I can be shown by you what you really want me to do. That's why, on the show a couple weeks ago, a female said another female, because she know what to do. Well, if you know you can show me too. Mm-hmm. And I promise you, I can do some things. I really can.
Yeah, and I found that the older women, especially women who kind of been there and done that a little bit, they're not still searching for life. They're not still reaching to try to make a lot of major things happen. They've lived a very strong and successful and dynamic life.
Right.
They don't need titles.
Right.
They don't need commitment. They don't need to even think about marriage. In fact, a lot of them might even tell you, "Hey, I ain't worried about no marriage. I just want to see if we can get along. I ain't worried about no commitment. I just want to see if you're gonna be around." And I love that attitude, because it doesn't put any pressure on anything. Right? But I'm gonna be honest with you.
What's that?
In my case, I'm not necessarily interested in marriage. I'm interested in companionship and having relationship and ultimately love.
Right.
I love myself enough for both of us, so I'm not really pressing for love. Okay. So, but in a very short period of time, you get to see who you're really dealing with. Like you said, the representative goes away, and you get to see who you're really dealing with. At that point, I think it's time to go ahead and make some clean, conscious, clear decisions. Okay. That there's never going to be a title. And, sometimes you have to tell people that. Sometimes you can just fade away from people. But, the fine line of this discussion is, are you willing and interested in a relationship and in a commitment? Because titles and marriage only come out of people coming together. And so, there's a lot that goes into making the decision about marrying someone.
Right.
I think that in many cases throughout the history of mankind, there wasn't a lot of things to make a decision. They fell in love, and they decided they wanted to be together. And they didn't care about, if the person had made mistakes or if they had bad credit or if they, had problems or issues. It was never about that. It was just that I loved you. I love you was enough to commit to that person. And, I don't know if that's our world nowadays. Is that just enough sometimes?
I like to say we're probably still pushed that direction, but one of the things I want to say within conversation and understanding, if a person treats you good and they're not forcing your hand and you enjoy being around them and you're forcing them to be in a monogamous relationship or marriage and they're not quick to want to do it, I would always say weigh everything.
That's good.
Because why are you constantly pushing this person because somebody else might have him and he's not showing you he's going anywhere?
He's not showing you he's going anywhere. In fact, he's pouring into you like you are his lady.
You call, you need help, he's sending you something. Or if you down, he giving you a positive influence.
Whatever.
Okay?
Yeah.
All these different things he's doing.
Together.
But to you, since he's not going to give me marriage, he's nothing now. See, and my whole thing is, don't discard him just because he don't commit to your every Beckham and call, because he's a man. Mm-hmm. He has to make these decisions. And don't get it confused, women. That is a choice of a man. I don't care how you come at us. That is our decision. And you cannot take that away from us. Just like if I ask you for marriage, it's your decision to say, yes, I do. Okay? But what I'm noticing, the pressure is always on this one end. And then when we don't really give in, now all of a sudden we discard it.
Now listen, that's universal, Jay. And I don't think we're ever going to change history. The pressure for marriage and commitment oftentimes comes from women.
Because I do it on the upfront. If that's the way you feel for me, then just leave me alone. Because I got too much to offer. And I don't know what all I'm getting. So you going to push me in a direction, we can just stop it from here.
Yeah, and let's dispose of pressure. Let's just talk about being in a relationship. There's going to be natural pressures.
All right? I like natural.
Natural pressures are, damn, I thought we was going to see each other this weekend. We've been seeing each other every weekend. Why I can't see you this weekend?
Because I'm busy. I always got stuff to do. Oh, okay. I made time to see you, and now all of a sudden I got to keep making time, but you can't interfere with my money.
Yeah, I ain't trying to interfere with your money, but
you
got another bitch?
Yes,
you got another woman?
Because you got to think about it.
You got another woman. That's
when they come in that way.
If you got another woman, just tell her you got another woman.
Think about it. When they come that way, insecurities. That's their own insecurities. Because I promise you,
sometimes they be on some. Listen, man, we know how fellas are. The fellas be on some bullshit.
They can be.
All right, they be out knocking other girls down, and the women sense it and trying to put a stop to it. There's nothing wrong with trying to protect yourself.
To protect also, you can have conversation with don't always lead into what you just saying. You don't always have to come to the negative.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That's what I like to say. But I would like to see people do more positive things. If a man is showing you some things that he's doing something a little bit different, can we do some more positive things and say, well, I really want to do more with you? You see what I'm saying? Why I always got to be a person showing the negative curve in there? What about the other women and the stuff you used to do? That's negativity. My whole thing is if you think of something going left to center, there's other positive ways if it's a positive relationship. If he ain't right for you and you know he ain't, it don't matter what he do. You wasting your own time.
No, she thinking that he's right. That's
but
why
if she thinking he's right, then you push positive ways.
Yeah.
Don't push the negative that your girlfriend giving you in your ear. He just out there cheating, so now you gonna throw that negative at him. Don't do that.
I don't want to have an extremist conversation on the subject, but I'm attempting to press the idea of these innuendos that say you want your cake and eat it too. And nobody's going to stand in the gap for that. If you are trying to protect yourself from nonsense, you're trying to make sure that this person, hey, if you busy, whatever, that's cool.
Baby, come out my coat.
If you busy, that's cool. If you on the up and up. But if you talking about you busy and you ain't on the up and up, you on some bullshit. And if you on some bullshit, I'm going to go ahead and get you told because you wasn't about this anyway. And a lot of men, when they get checked, how many relationships have happened where men have gotten checked and then they decide to come on, go ahead and open the door. And they wasn't going to open the door until they got checked. Like, listen, if you want to be out there in the streets doing your thing, do your thing. But if you're trying, if you're about this, I need you to come be about this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But so there comes a point at which somebody's gonna be starting to run game, right? She wants to be close. You're acting like you want to be close, but yet you got maybe another thing going on somewhere else. And if she senses it, she's gonna call you out on it. And you can call that negativity if you want to, but it's really like, hey, I'm trying to figure out what's really going on. Let's address the issues. Let's not run from them.
And I like what you said. I really do. And calling somebody out on some things is not something I'm trying to tell you not to do.
Right.
My whole thing is if you ain't got the facts behind what you feeling, then watch your negative tone of what you trying to do. Okay? If my woman all of a sudden, my woman is out there now and she's spending more time out there on the weekend, and it's a little long distance thing where we ain't always able to see each other, and she's having fun and she's out there, and I'm starting to feel a certain way. I don't have to allege that's what she's doing. No. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, don't push the negative narrative so quickly when you can be like, well, I thought I was going to spend some more time with you, and I want to do some more things.
It comes out after you done let it go 3 or 4 times.
No, again,
3 or 4 times. I ain't say nothing the first 3 or 4 times, but now when I come across and want to address the issue, it's gonna sound negative. It's gonna come across. It's gonna come across like I'm against you because I'm starting to think that you're against me. And if I'm feeling like you're against me, then I need to go ahead and address it, because I'm probably already frustrated if I done dealt with it 3 or 4 times. You know what I'm saying? You go out and you come home and you usually call me when you get home at night, but some nights you don't call me, and some nights you act like it ain't nothing to it. But we trying to be in a distant relationship, so like either you're gonna learn to comfort me or you need to go ahead and go and do your thing, right? And so there do become some levels of responsibility in taking care of that person, even though you may not be in a quote unquote monogamous commitment relationship. But you don't want somebody who you're with thinking that you always out doing some nonsense. Now you got you know what I mean. And if you act like you're doing some nonsense, you're probably doing some nonsense.
Let me help out real quick, because one of the things I like it, because you always look at me like, Jay, this non-monogamous relationship you talking about. Let me give some clarity here with this monogamous, non-monogamous, or monogamous relationship. Let me help you out with this. It's not just I don't want to just be with you, or I treat you like you're less or anything. No, let's please. I treat everybody pretty much the same.
Yes, you do.
All right? The number one key thing is I'm not pushing me just being with you. All right? I don't show you no disrespect. I'm not showing you nobody else. Right. And I'm not showing you any of these terms. Right. My whole thing is if I can get you away from pushing this direction, maybe we can learn to push together and we can come to a common ground. And then we might be able to push for that later. I notice it's being pushed on the upfront, and you're pushing something because of what you've been through.
You're pushing an agenda.
And your agenda might not be my agenda, right, because I've been through a lot. And why in the world am I being forced into it because of what your past? Yeah. Your past has nothing to do with me.
But listen, it feels like tremendous pressure. Because oftentimes I think that's just their way. Their way is to ask for the order. Their way is to try and get you to buy into yes. They like you. They want to be with you. And so they're going to be like, okay, well, we're going to be together tomorrow night. You're like, well, are we going to be together this weekend? Well, so it might feel like pressure, but what they're really doing is they're just seeking what they desire.
And that's fine.
And that's not a bad thing.
And I like to say, take the time to know me. Show me you. Show me your way. And a lot of things you desire can happen. But pushing a narrative about this is what that's what common folks do. And I don't want to be common. I don't want to be sucked into that. That's why you ain't happy. And half the stuff that you kind of remind yourself of a cheating man is because of that whole thing and circle you stayed in. Right. I don't want to go in that circle. Right. I don't want that. I want happiness. And it starts when I can relate to you and show you me, and we can grow. Because I promise you, a lot of people have dated me and understand how I do. They end up really loving me. Why? I'm a lovable person, and it doesn't mean because of the fact that I got all these people here or there. No, my whole thing is I'm not just committing because when I choose that person, everything else can go away. but everybody else means something.
Do you?
And I treat everybody with
Do
meaning.
you foresee in your future a monogamous relationship?
Sure.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And there's some things that you absolutely need to see before you even entertain that.
Sure.
What are
I
those
gave that
things?
nugget. I gave it early on. They got to see within me. They got to be able to see where I'm at and know how to help motivate me to get to the next level. I ain't asked for a mind reader. I ain't asked nobody to do. Is caring enough to talk to me, to know me.
Yeah.
Not when I'm going to come by and give them the meat and do these different things or be at this social gathering. It is knowing me to know what I'm trying to do with my talk radio show, what I'm doing with my trucking company. Know enough that when I'm down and out, that you'll know to say certain things to me that help raise me up.
Mm-hmm.
A little humor, a little laughter. Because if I'm down and out, we're going to be down and out. Because my job is to lift us up. Because when you and me, I promise you, I'm going to wake up every day to make sure you wake up.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like at that point, I got to make sure that you wake up.
Yes.
Then I'm going to leave you and I'm going to go to work and do what I got to do. But before I go, I got to make sure you all right.
Yeah.
For a kiss to a forehead, to a hug, or to any other
morning-
things that we might want
a
to.
morning
But
coffee stir.
we stir some stuff.
Clink a late.
A little cream in the coffee. But anyway, however we wake up, it is always the fact that I'm making sure that you're going to be all right.
Yeah, you know, one of the best points I heard you make tonight was if you got a good person and they standing in the gap, they talking to you, they communicating with you, they loving you, they showing you a lot of great things that maybe you haven't seen in a long time or even perhaps ever.
Mhm.
Don't blow it by adding pressure to the environment.
Mhm.
Don't mess it up because they are actually moving toward you. They are actually moving toward you. You just have to let them do it at their own pace. And if they get to a place where they seem like they just don't want what you want, you got to be real with yourself. Like Rick Ross said, you got to learn how to accept your L's.
What?
You know, and sometimes move on. What a stimulating conversation, Jay, on the subject. The big question here tonight is, ladies, do you need titles and marriage to feel secure in a relationship? And is age a factor? And I think the answer is resoundingly yes. Women need those titles and they need that long-term commitment, and men aren't so quick to do such things.
No. And the age can be a factor.
Yeah. You know,
But
the
I
clock
would-
is ticking. You know?
But again, it depends on the stimulation. You know, I like to say an older guy want a younger girl. Well, my whole thing is not necessarily.
Right.
Because I promise you,
I
since
know.
I've been looking at my app with TikTok, there's women 40 and over that's crushing the ones that's 20.
Yes.
All the little things
Yes.
that they doing,
Listen.
all that extra. They ain't hardly got any makeup on, and they dancing, and they ain't twerking.
Yeah.
They dancing,
Yeah.
like belly dancing. And I'm telling you,
Damn.
whoa.
What side is
And
that?
when I'm telling you, this
Don't
this
tell
ain't
me.
Tinder. This ain't Tinder. This ain't Tinder.
That's
We
right.
talking about this is TikTok. This
Now
is
listen,
this TikTok.
ain't nothing like a grown woman.
And when they
Ain't
doing
nothing
their
like a
thing and
grown
they
woman.
show, and respectfully, I'm talking about none of that being. We talking about women over 40 showing
Doing things.
that they yes,
Yeah.
and they got it together.
Yeah.
That they question because normally you do want a younger one. A man, trophy is his woman. That's his prize.
Yeah.
So a lot of times you go with a younger one to show that you made it. You successful. I got this young beautiful thing next to me. And I like to say now I'm seeing 40 and up women that's trophy pieces. And again, they also got that tutelage of knowing how to handle things
Well,
that
yeah,
the
they-
young one might not.
Yeah, they
So-
are in control of their life.
when
Probably
I
a lot
tell
more
you, when they can
20.
control that tongue,
Yeah.
it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
I promise you.
Yeah.
And then one of the reasons why we say they're so argumentative is sometimes they're so not understood. But I promise you, when they are understood, they'll speak it where it's not a double edge. It's just a bonus. They will always cut you up, and they ain't trying to cut you down.
Yes.
And that's what we want. And that's where I want to push relationships to.
And listen,
A
when
positive.
you build a man up, he'll give you a title.
Oh,
He'll give you a
immediately.
title. When you build him up, he'll give you a
You build me
title.
up.
Word to the wise.
I tell you all day long, I'm gonna give in and say yes, but to anybody that know me, that takes time. And if you're willing to invest that time, it'll be a hell of a payout.
There you go. This has been Bar Talk with Jay. My name is Craftmatic. This is my boy Smooth Jay.
Man, it's time to
And of
go.
course, we want to thank you folks for being here with us tonight. We hope you have enjoyed the show. We're here every Thursday from 7 to 8,
Yes,
Facebook
yes.
Live, and we're on every other platform you
Yes.
are into. And so please search for Bar Talk with Jay. Like, share, subscribe.
Come on,
Like, share,
man.
subscribe. And of course, continue to come back, visit with us, and hear some of this grand wisdom that we talk on this show. We very much appreciate you folks being
Yes,
here
we do.
with us tonight, and we love you. We appreciate you, and
We
we
are
are
out.
out.
Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.